What's up? Welcome back to Twisted Lights TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review. This is Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 4, In Sheep's Clothing. This is another good one for me, y'all. It's another good one for me. I told y'all after we did flip mode that I am loving the direction of the show. I love that we are seeing more of the outside influences. I love we are getting to see more of the interaction with the supporting cast members and not just the Thomas family. I'm really loving it. I'm loving each storyline. I'm confused by Marvin's storyline, but I'm loving it. And Marvin has really gained a compassionate and trusting side on him. And I already think I know where it's going to go with Gerald. We were trying to figure out last week why the hell was Gerald even an important part of this story, or at least I was. And now I kind of understand it, especially with Jukebox's whole situation about to kick off. So y'all know this is not in order because I'm not taking no notes this entire season. But here we go. Merry Christmas Eve. Let me go ahead and say that right now. I don't know how to start off, child. I don't know how to start off. So I'm going to try to take it character by character. Let's start off with Kanan. It started off with Kanan. You know, he got his biker boys. Oh, I think Jamal was one of them. Jamal is being chased through the streets by the police. He is speeding, hightailing it down these streets super duper fast. We already know that Jamal didn't want to do this in the first place. He didn't want to be sitting on no corner waiting on no phone calls to come through. But as we see through this whole episode, the Kanan and Famous phone lines are blowing up. They got the weed sales coming through. Shimrod must do a hell of a good business for Shimrod to be still living real grimy like he living. You can elevate yourself a little bit more, Shimrod, than you living. But I guess he wanted to be in the center of the action. And now that he got all the biker boys doing his job for him, Shimrod, you need to step it up, sir. But okay, anywho, connects popping in like crazy. Famous and Kanan can't even keep up with the demand of what they doing. But in this particular case, you know, Jamal, I think he getting away on the streets and he dipping and diving and moving and shaking and everything. And he end up still getting caught by the police. He dipped through this little neighborhood, thought he was safe, but he didn't know where he was going and end up getting caught. And that was pretty much the whole moral of the story that was being shown there. Niggas out here moving fast on these streets. They moving fast. But sometimes you can move so fast that you don't know what the hell you running into. You don't know how to correct the mistakes that you have because you're moving too fast. Because you don't know what to do next because you ain't gave your time enough time to grow. And that's basically what he's saying with Kanan and Famous. They growing so big that they don't know what the fuck that they finna do with one another, right? So, like I said, Kanan is still out here moving and shaking in these streets, but when Jamal get caught, like any good person would do that's got people working for them, they gonna try to help them get out of jail. Well, Kanan couldn't get him out because one, Kanan at 18, he's still 16. Remember, Juke is the one that's the older one. She's the one that's 18. Kanan is still 16, so he can't get anybody out of jail. He needs a parent or a guardian to help sign him out. Well, he brings in Lou. Lou was like, what the fuck you got going on, Kanan? Okay, now I'm surprised they let Lou bail anybody out of jail considering that Lou just got out of jail himself. I mean, he just walked out of the jail himself. He still stank. That's how bad. He's still in the same clothes as he had on when he got locked up. That's how bad, what was going on with Lou at this particular time. But Lou goes in there to get Jamal out of jail and bail him out. Police ain't IDing. They just want somebody to pay the little bond or whatever the little fee is, get him out. Well, one of the problems with this situation is because of how well and how fast the Kanan and them are growing, Paul losing workers. Paul's biker boys are no longer running their routes. They're working strictly for Kanan. Either that or they quitting altogether because they don't want to be selling no weed, which is affecting Paul's real business. Now, this is the thing with the people who don't want to sell no weed. Don't. Just run the courier service. That's all you got to do. Why are you quitting? Because you don't want to do the weed. You don't have to do the weed. It's your choice, right? That's what I thought. Well, anywho, Paul expressed his concerns to Kanan and them. Kanan told him, look here, we're going to be good. We're going to find some other bikers for you. We're going to be straight. In the meantime, I'm going to kick you down a little $1,500 here. Keep your pockets tight. So that way you ain't got to worry about losing no money. Because that was Paul's biggest thing. But Paul is like, look here, when you go, dog, I still got to have a business to run. And Kanan assures him that he not going nowhere. Which lets me know Kanan about to go some doggone where. That told me that off the rip, okay? We see Kanan at school. Kanan's at school, and his mama is watching him. His mama always got, well, ain't always, but most cases got her eye on Kanan. And she trying to figure out what's really going on with him, right? I don't recall if Howard passed on to her that Kanan was down there trying to get his friend out. I don't remember that shit. I don't think he did. But anyway, she got her eye on him. So she up at the school, and she see Kanan talking to these new group of dudes, and he handing them pages and stuff like that. And she's like, what's really going on here? Okay? What is really going on? So while Kanan's at school, Rock decides to go by the crib. And of course, Famous is there. He, just got done doing what he need to do. He fired up a little blunt, and she come in. Famous ain't shit as a friend. He ain't shit as a person to me. He whack, his rhymes whack. It just, Rock comes in and punks him like, look here, what the fuck is going on? He like, look, Kanan told me not to let you in here no more. This 16-year-old told me not to let his mama in the house no more. But Rock is there being the mama, or she ain't being no damn mama. She's setting her own fucking son up. That's what she doing, right? She trying to figure out a way to get Kanan back into her household. So what does she do? She plants a gun in his bag. Okay? So when Kanan takes that bag to school, that gun is going to go off because he got to go through the metal detector to go to school. Well, in the meantime, Rock has already signed, sealed, and delivered on her purchase. I thought she was just buying the salon only. No, she is purchasing the whole lot of property, the whole building. Some of it is run down, some of it is not, right? Well, when she comes outside of the building, she looks outside of the building. The dude who she just signed the clause with, he over there talking to the popos, right? Of course, the popos, these are shakedown men. These are the ones who say, when you come into my neighborhood, you got to pay the police a turf in order to operate business here. If you don't pay us the turf, we gonna fuck your shit up. And that's basically what they was telling Rock. If you don't want to if you don't want no problems, if you don't want problems before they start, then you need to pay us. Okay, that's basically what they was telling her. And they already done researched her. They know a little bit about who she is. They know about Kanan, how your son doing, right? She's like, what the fuck you know about my son? They already researched her and they told her this. They letting her know, I know who you are. But they don't, which is crazy. Being that she just had this whole big old shenanigan thing happen with the police and the Italians, you would think that they actually knew who the fuck she was. Or a little bit of it, or at least what the police suspect who she is. But they don't. Okay, just crazy to me. So anyway, Rock got her eye on these people. Why she didn't go to Howard with them and get some information about who these two officers are, I don't know. But it's clear that they the shakedown artists. It's very clear for that. Then we go over to Unique. Unique is talking to Quan, the Vietnamese Korean. I'm not sure which one he is. I still don't know. Talking to Quan, and Quan is upset because ain't no money moving. Got the little shop set up, the little restaurant set up, and ain't nobody coming in there taking no orders. And Neek like, look, if you don't want me to do business with the way I do business, then you and your cousin can take this money and run. Fold. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. I'm out of here. Otherwise, if there's a problem with the food, you deal with the cook in the kitchen. I'm the chef up in this motherfucker. Let me do the things that I want to do the way I want to do it. Instead of fuck out my business. So Quan is going to give him a little bit more time to get things moving like he wants to move. Okay. Lou is talking to, what happened with Lou? Give me a moment. All right, y'all. So Lou's fate is kind of tied in with Marvin's at this particular point. So, he's out of jail. He's feeling kind of bad about not showing up and not being there for Jukebox. He doesn't want to tell Marvin specifically why he wasn't there, just to know that he feels real fucked up about the shit. But in the meantime, he wants Marvin to know that he has a business opportunity for him. He has something he want to show him, right? So he takes Marvin down to Cafe Vu to meet with Shirley, and they sitting there learning a little bit more about who their daddy is. Pierce, Wendell Pierce is not the daddy. We learn a little bit more about who their father is, how much he meant to Shirley, and Marvin brings up the idea, or brings it up to Shirley, that he's willing to invest in the business. Lou had a lot of smart ideas that can help turn that company around. Now, this is the first that Shirley ever heard of it. She was agreeing to work with Lou, but now that Marvin is interested in investing money into it, she's like, you know what? That makes sense to me. There's a lot of things that need to be done around here, but I don't have some famous people come across that stage. Herbie Hancock, to name a few. And Marvin's like, I don't know, who the fuck you talking about? Of course, with some black people, we got to give them like the name of the song, or give them the hook of the song, or beat of the song. And you're like, oh yeah, now I remember, right? So Marvin is like really intrigued, and he really fascinated by the crowd and everything. And Shirley's talking about, well, she's going to be, she needs to put it down in 2 more years and let somebody young and youthful who knows what they're doing with the business, who's going to help the business grow, take over it, which will be the Thomas boys. And she has so much respect for their daddy E-Train that she's willing to let it be them, right? So Marvin is like, I'm all in. I'm all in. This sounds like a good idea to me. Let's do this shit, right? Well, when Lou, he got ideas to turn the back of the bar into a studio, so that way with the artists that they do bring up in there, they could help record them and put them on wax as well. So while they back there, Marvin brings up, okay, yeah, we could run all kind of shit up through here. It's a nice little spot. And Marvin is thinking about moving dope, while Lou is thinking about moving music. And he tell him, dog, I don't want that. I do not want to dirty up the club with that. This is repetitious of Ghost and Tommy. Ghost wanted to open up a new club. He didn't want no drugs up in the scene, and they still somehow had the dope moving through, all through up and in that joint, right? Same thing. That's what Lou just wanted clean, just for the music. Now, I figure that this is going to be a way for not only Lou to grow more in the music industry, but also Jukebox. Keisha Charmaine brought up last episode that working in a bar is probably a bad idea for Lou, considering that he has a issue. And as we saw when he got out of jail, when they was back at the house talking before they came down to the bar, he was still drinking. He was still drinking right there and there. He hadn't even showered from the jail yet. Mom had to make him go wash the drunk tank stank off his ass. And he stayed there drinking right then. So she may have a valid point that being in this situation, being in this environment may not be the best thing for Lou. Okay. In addition, it may not be a good thing on Marvin's end either. And I'm saying this because, like I said, we brought up Gerald. Marvin went to go return Gerald's ID to him. He works at a place called Voice. Voice is almost like a magazine, newspaper, tabloid, so to speak, right? Gerald works in, among other things, the entertainment section of it, where he edits the entertainment. Apparently he has an ear for music, or an eye for entertainment, or eye for artists and things of that nature. And him and Marvin decided to make this bond to be each other's support system. Because Gerald said, how he missed the group therapy. Remember, I was like, wait a minute, Gerald was there for anger issues, not for alcohol. He explains in this episode, I'm telling y'all, 50 Cent and them be listening to my doggone reviews. They be listening to it. Hey, 50, hey, Courtney. And then in between reviews, they decide to go back and edit some shit before they air the next one. That's what I'll be feeling like it's gonna happen. Anywho, either that or I should be in the fucking writer's room. That's what I'm saying. But anywho, Gerald brings up the fact that not only was that group good for the anger management, it also helped him have a better control over his drinking. And without Renee being there, he doesn't have anybody that can listen to him and talk to and understand where he's coming from. And Marvin volunteered himself as Gerald's friend. You are my friend. I'm your friend. I'm going to be there for you. You could be there for me. At this moment, I thought he was going to suggest looking at Jukebox. And I think somewhere down the line, he's going to use Gerald to do so, right? Well, anywho, they seal their friendship. They seal their bond. They're going to look out for each other. They're going to be each other's sponsors, keep each other in track. I don't know how much of Marvin's business is Gerald really going to know, in order for him to be that true support system for Marvin. But this is what they're going to agree to do, right? In this particular instance, he did not say anything about the fact that his daughter is indeed a singer and trying to break into the industry. He didn't mention that, in fact, at that particular point. But my thing is, if this pops off the way that I'm thinking, Lou and Marvin's going to be running this club. He's going to bring Gerald into that environment also, another alcoholic, bring him into that environment as well to help look at artists, write about them, and then help expose them. But Gerald being around that same environment with the alcohol gives me the same pause that it does Keisha with Lou being in that situation. That's just my thought process at this time. Then we have Jukebox. Well, Jukebox sitting at the crib with her daddy. He eating his ramen noodles. Y'all know Marvin always eating something. And there's a knock on the door. Who is the lady? I can't figure out what her real name is. She is so familiar to me. I can't figure out what her name is. If y'all know the manager's real name, because y'all drop it in the comment section so I ain't got to Google that shit. Anyway, she shows up at the house. And she tells Juke, like, I'm so glad you answered your door because you ain't answered your phone. Welcome to the group. And Juke was like, for real? Yes, welcome to the group. I've been trying to catch up with you, and you are part of the group. Now, I was correct. The group is going to be the girl who came in the bathroom with the attitude, Miss Diva. Her name is Crystal. The little young one that was thrown up in there with Juke. Damn, I don't know what her name is. But Juke calls her Mint, because, you know, she gave her a mint for a breath. And Jukebox. The way that, I'm going to call her God right now, because I can't remember her name either. She called herself their God. She says that she wants a diva, she wants the little girl next door, and then she wants the tomboy. So they already fit the image that they want to present, and she feels that she has the ability to make them a success. Their group is called Butter. That's my daughter's nickname, y'all. Butter with an A, matter of fact, too. That's their name. Okay, so I loved that Marvin was sitting there advocating for Juke. We see that Marvin is slowly and surely becoming the parent that Jukebox has always wanted, has always needed. So it's really still shocking to me that in the original Power, that Jukebox was the person that she was. That she wasn't just a person that was out here. She was an officer, but she was an officer that was kidnapping. She was an officer that was stealing. She was an officer that she was running drugs as well, and a killer. How did Jukebox become this person? Because right now in this particular space, Jukebox seems to be turning a new leaf. Things are starting to work in her favor. Now we already know with most black TV shows, and with this particular character, something always happens to steal her fucking joy. But what the fuck is it gonna be this time? Like, what the hell are they gonna do to our Jukebox this time to snatch her fucking joy away from her? Because right now, she is hound the hog. She's living her best motherfucking life. Even Kanan shows up to support, like, hey dog, this is something that you've always wanted. It. You finally reaching your dreams. I always knew somebody was gonna take you away from me. That's why I used to be so scared to let you go to your friend's house when you was little. We finna go celebrate. I'm finna treat you to B. Smith's. I haven't Googled to see what B. Smith's is. My New York people, if y'all heard of B. Smith, y'all let me know what type of dining establishment that is that right now. I was waiting to see the whole racist anecdote with the waiter and this, that, and the other. Thank God they didn't show that this time. They seem to always do that when they go to these fancy places. You know, when they take the low impoverished kids with money and they go to these fancy places to go eat, they always get treated like shit. Thank God they didn't show that this particular time. So anyway, it was basically just a celebration of Juke and who she was. We had already went to the MEP station with Juke where she was getting her physical done. And the doctor was just assuming that Juke was going to be pregnant because she black. So we had our racist black moment in there, right? And she like, you sure you ain't had sex? And you sure you can't be pregnant? We don't want you showing up for boot camp pregnant. Juke like, I know. Now, in this particular time, it was not okay to be gay and go into the military. It was not okay to be gay. We know a lot of people did, but you better keep that shit under covers in that day and age, right? So she couldn't say, I don't even like dudes. I've never had sex before. I'm a lesbian. She couldn't say that. So all she could say, I'm quite sure that I'm not pregnant and that I ain't had sex. But being that she is a young black girl, the lady's like, you sure about that? Mm-hmm. Now, I know for a fact when I went to the military, there was 2 girls who got put out. They made it all the way through MEPS, made it to boot camp, and got put out because they were pregnant. I don't know how they made it through MEPS. Or they made it. Okay, I do know how they did it. Because we went through MEPS, and like they kept us in a hotel in downtown St. Louis when we went through MEPS. And people got to go out on town. Some people snuck their loved ones in. So after they got their physicals and their stuff done, they were still fucking. That's how they ended up pregnant in boot camp. It's possible that it could happen. But the 2 girls that did it in boot camp, one was white and one was Latino. It was not a sister that did it. You know, but they always think that the black girls are the ones going to end up pregnant going through boot camp. Okay, but like I said, you couldn't tell that lady at that particular time, I don't even fuck with being, because she damn sure wouldn't have made it into the military then. They wouldn't have put her ass in at all. It was don't ask, don't tell. And they didn't even label it then at that particular time. You better not be in order for you to be all you can be. That's pretty much what it was back then. Okay, so the fact that now she's getting this opportunity to be in this group, slowing down her process about joining the military. Juke goes down and she goes to go meet the rest of the group. Again, like we met Crystal, we met Mint, and found out the group name. And Crystal's gonna be a problem. You know, when the lady told her the group name was Butter, she's like, I don't think I like that. And she's like, I don't give a damn what you like. I was feeling her. I was like, yes, girl, tell her. I don't give a fuck what you like. You're going to do what I say. You're going to do what I do. You're going to move how I move. You ain't shit. You ain't nobody until I make you somebody, okay? Now, I know that seems a bit harsh. I know a lot of people think that she ain't got to talk to them like that. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Crystal needed to be put in her motherfucking place to let her know she ain't running shit. But the group, because Crystal thinks that she is above and beyond somebody, the group is going to fail because of that. Crystal already thinks that she's going to be the lead. Crystal already don't care about the other 2 members. Look, Mint, she already had checked to see who the other 2 people were. You know, she trying to figure out who her family is. You know what I'm saying? You see her and Jukebox talking to each other before the lady come in. She don't even want to engage. It's already going to be a problem. It's already going to be a problem. Epps, Howard. So he's down at work, and the feds come and question him about Crown. I was going to call him Patron again. Crown is Patron, y'all. I call him Patron. Comes some questions about him. They don't believe that all these different situations happening around town, the Baisley blowing up and the other drug busts and the Italians, they don't believe all this has to do with Crown. It doesn't make sense. All they knew of him was a music man. And Howard tries to assure him that a lot of these doggone rappers, that's what they do, is they get into, or a lot of these drug dealers get into the music industry. Facts. Still facts today. A lot of these people that have been out on the streets hustling dope, slanging rocks, or is now slanging music. A lot of them, if you didn't know, a lot of them are promoters. This is a way for them to wash their money. They promoting shows. What's the lady? Big 50 up in Detroit? That's what she did. She promoted parties. She promoted concerts. A lot of these rappers, which is why they have such connection with comedians, they promote comedy shows as well. There's one story that Rory Wood Jr. was telling before about when he was doing this show down in Alabama, but some shit had went wrong and their money didn't come through right. And did that. Yes, a lot of these drug dealers, they get into the entertainment industry because that is a way for them to move their money fast, to wash their dirty money fast. Okay, so that is all facts. That could hold water. And just because the FBI ain't never heard that Camacho, Crown, Patron was doing this type of things, it is very possible. We already know that Crown was on the candy, the nose candy. We already know he had dope moving all through up in that joint. We already know that, but they didn't know that. So they sit down and talk to Epps about what he think about this whole situation, and they tell him. He tell them that but they say that's all they got is a whole lot of thoughts about the situation. They ain't even got no real theories, and then they question him about his shooting. What's going on with that there? And he tell you, you got a whole lot of thoughts, no theories. More thoughts and theories too. And then the FBI said it's a whole lot of that going around in this precinct or in this jurisdiction, right? Hinting that something smell fishy in the water. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just the fish smelling fishy in the water. Something ain't right. Okay? Something ain't stink. Something ain't stink. I didn't say that right. I don't know what the hell I was supposed to be saying, but I didn't say that right. But anyhow, that's what's going on with him. So he has a talk with Rock a little later because Kanan takes his ass to school. Some reason he don't notice that his book bag a little bit heavier than it used to be. All his stuff is already in the bag, and his friend ain't tell him shit. He could have said your mama came by. You know what I'm saying? He could have lied and said I ain't let her in, but she came by. And he could have said, hey homie, check your bag. Can't tell you how I know, but check your bag. He could have said something. But since, Rock gave him that money, it's hush money, he feel, he more scared of Rock than he is of Kanan, which he should be. But still, some kind of way my friend would have known before he took his ass to school with that damn book bag. You know what I'm saying? Something. I would have removed the gun. Something. Even though Rock told him to stay out of family business, something would have happened. You know what I'm saying? That I would have alerted my friend. Okay. So anyway, Kanan take his ass to school. He goes through security. The security like, hold up, son. Something ain't right. Kanan is sure there's nothing in his bag. He done got whatever dope he need to have out of it. You know what I'm saying? Just the day before, he had already told the dude that was his last delivery for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Or the dude told Kanan that. So he didn't have a lot of product that he needed to bring to school and distribute and go through his bag. So Kanan says all he had in his jacket. He always had his books in there. And at the bottom of the bag, of course, what was it? The gun. Okay. So this causes Rock to be called to the school. Now Rock had just told Unique that they had to end their relationship. Why? Because Kanan was coming home. So I was like, this was a setup to bring Kanan home when she put that gun in the bag. I knew she was setting her son up. I thought she was setting him up to be locked up. I didn't realize that this whole thing was just to bring his ass home and if it was going to work out in her favor. But she had already made some phone calls to Howard. So the situation can go like it went. Okay. We learned that later when Howard stopped by the house to have a conversation with her. So Unique is already having this issue with Prashina. Prashina's like, who you fucking? Okay, because Ronnie had gotten to her head. And he's like, he didn't answer her directly. He's like, look, that's all you need to know is I'm taking care of you and I'm taking care of our son. And she was like, well, have that bitch go wash your clothes. Have that bitch shine your chains. Have that bitch did this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? This is all on speculation, but you can't honestly think that Unique been faithful to you this whole time, girl. Bye. His own sexy self. You ain't been faithful to you, child. He a dealer. Hoes probably dropping their jaws just so they can put something up their nose. Girl, bye. So anyway, Prashina, he left. He said he couldn't handle this, and he went to Rock's house. Rock cooked him this whole 15-course meal and everything. And, she kindly breaks up with him. And, she insists that she is totally out of the game to ensure him that he ain't got no worries, but the life he living and how he moving and how he need to get more things moving in his life. She can't have it around her right now, especially with her son coming home. And Ronnie lets her, not Ronnie, he lets her know that his brother out here moving funny. You know what I'm saying? Because earlier we saw Ronnie out here trying to make some moves. Ronnie first stops by Pops and Snap's place. So Pops and Snaps. Snaps is Wendell Pierce. Okay. Wendell Pierce and Snap and Pops used to be, I guess, wheeling and dealing back in the day. Everybody know who they are. Everybody respect them. Everybody look up to them. And they retired, you know what I'm saying, wearing their matching tracksuits and everything. They don't even like each other for real. That's how long they've been in with each other. They just tolerate each other at this particular time. I wonder who is Crackle. Because ain't that the cereal, Snack, Crackle, and Pop? So we got Snap, which is Wendell Pierce. There should be a Crackle. And then Pop is the wife. Okay. Ronnie went to them to ask them for some money. He put in a lot of work for them. And now they need him to give back so he can get back into business. They agreed reluctantly to do so because they retired, But they reluctantly do so, and they say go give him part of it. They need to go find some investors from other places so he can make things move, right? He let them know that Unique ain't doing what he need to do because he got her fucking with Rock. And they shocked about it because they like, hey, we heard Rock wasn't even in the streets no more. Y'all know, y'all can't be this green. Y'all can't be this green. But Ronnie's like, how the fuck you know? You ain't even in these streets no more. So how you know what the fuck Rock doing? And they was like, well, we hear a lot of stuff. If people come in here, always want to have a conversation with us, tell us their business and everything. So we hear the streets be talking, we be listening. So they get the money, or they give him a little bit of money, and now he got to go find somebody else. So I'm looking, he in the motherfucking bingo hall. I was like, Dean? That was my first thought. He up here with Dean? We brought Dean back? He goes up in the bingo hall. He's sitting down there playing bingo, and Dean walks in like, why the fuck is this nigga on my doorstep, right? Well, remember, Unique left the bad taste in Dean's mouth. So Dean is like, I ain't fucking with you or your brother, okay? And Ronnie keeps showing him, I'm not my brother, right? They have a little exchange of words. He said, I don't even fuck with Southside Jamaica no more because maybe cut Rock off too. He said, I'm out that fucking business on that side of town. Ronnie snatched him up like, hey, I ain't the motherfucker that you say no to. Well, Ephraim comes up and put the little gun in Ronnie's side, and then Dean say, and I'm telling you, I ain't the motherfucker you want to put your hands on, right? So we got somebody who ain't scared of Ronnie. I was like, what? Dean bossing up like that? We already know that Pops and Snaps ain't scared of Ronnie. I was like, okay, but it's all the OGs. All the OGs are the ones that ain't scared of Ronnie. But I was sitting here thinking like, Dean, first mistake. Actually, I was thinking about Ephraim. I said, you done fucked up now. You done fucked up now, right, Ephraim? You done fucked up now, right? They had this exchange back and forth, and by the time they get done, it's settled. It's over. He's not helping him do shit. Get the fuck out of my business. He said, matter of fact, I ain't helped your brother in a long time, even though Ronnie thought that's who Unique was still getting all his weight from. He's like, no, he fucking with these Colombians up on such. I was like, who the fuck are the Colombians? I forgot the Colombians was Juliana and her cousin Joaquin, who I call Domingo. Okay, so we go over to her Cleopatra, her 18th century wig hairdo on, and Joaquin, they leaving out of the restaurant. Of course, they hem up Ronnie too. He's like, yo, I'm Unique's brother, okay? So they give him an ear for a second, and he's saying, look, I need some business, I need some weight. And they was like, we don't even fuck with your brother, so we damn sure ain't fucking with you. We don't even know you, right? He ensures them whatever problems you have with my brother, I ain't got shit to do with that. And matter of fact, if my brother need to be handled, I can handle him too. Joaquin's like, good luck with that, cuz, you know. He starts to walk off. But Juliana is intrigued. She is intrigued. And Ronnie notices that Juliana's intrigued. So at some point later on this season, we're going to see Ronnie and Juliana come together, and they're going to give Unique some hell. And I'm like, Ronnie, you going to do your brother like that? Damn, dog. I thought you was going to at least stand with your brother. I knew your brother was fucking up. I thought you was going to fuck up the stuff that your brother doing, but not necessarily fuck over your brother or fuck up your brother. And I see that it's going to be a battle between them two together. They probably going to kill each other. Shit, you know. Because like in Power, we ain't heard shit about Unique. Who the fuck is Unique? So he had to go somewhere. Where did he disappear to? Okay. Oh, one other thing, if you watching Miss Honey channel, she is back. Hey, Miss Honey. If she watching my channel, I don't even know if she's still watching mine. But anywho, in the comment section, one of the person had put down how all of this is leading up to Kanan meeting Ghost and Tommy. This is still 1992 right now. Kanan did not meet Ghost and Tommy until they were in college, their college age years. 4 years later, 1996. So we still got 4 years to go before he even meets Ghost and Tommy. I personally don't give a fuck if he ever meet them. I know he will because it connects the original Power to this one, but I don't care. I love the storyline as it is. It's talking about Kanan and his fucking life. I told y'all before when I was watching the original Power that Kanan was the one person who I love to hate because he was the one who still stood to be a true motherfucking gangster. And this is showing us how he is becoming the gangster he is. But it's confusing the fuck out of me how Jukebox became the person that she was. That's what it's doing. But all his family members, what happened to him? And that's what we're learning about right now. I don't give a fuck about Ghost and Tommy right now. I really don't. Okay, so anywho, so yeah, we know that Juliana and Ronnie gonna have a meet up again at some particular point. We know this. We didn't see any of Stefano this particular episode, right? So Rock and Unique, like I said, he tells Rock what's going on with Ronnie, that Ronnie had to go meeting with Dean, and you know how that situation's all funny and fucked up. And Rock is like, I thought you ain't put your brother on. Ronnie ain't got no money. Like, this was his empire, this his kingdom. When he went to jail, he get out and you ain't got him set up. Now, you said last episode that you was gonna have Ronnie in his own place soon, but you ain't even make a money move like that. You didn't have nothing in the vault for your brother when he got out of jail. Remember when Kanan got out of jail? He had a whole lot of shit. Ghost had him set up with a nice crib. He had him live with a pension fund, something that they held for him until he got out. They didn't do that for Ronnie. Come on, Unique. That's where you fucked up at. And the fact that you got such feelings for Rock at this particular time that is clouding your judgment and how you're doing things, Ronnie is kind of pissed off about that. Now, Snaps did tell him, if your brother, who we think is very smart and logical, is telling you to be patient and to wait on him to get things in line, then we suggest that you do so. But Ronnie is tired of waiting. Right? So the crazy thing that happened though was Dean, who ain't even fucking with Unique, called Unique up to say, hey, your brother came by here and your brother was asking me for some work. We got a problem, okay? So, let me see if I go back and everything. So, Rock, after Kanan goes to school and gets found with a gun, he gets called to the principal's office, and she has already had it set up where Howard is going to talk to get him out of trouble where he ain't got to go to jail. And the ACS program, I want to say that's something like DFS, is going to be sending a social worker out and monitoring his lifestyle for 6 months. What's surprising to me is that he doesn't live in Queens anymore. He lives in the burbs. And back in this particular day and age, you couldn't just go to school where you wanted to. You had to actually live in the area. Like, we were using each other's addresses so we can go into school in different districts. Being that he don't even live in the district no more, I'm very surprised that this is where they're going to come to do their home visits, the checkup, their wellness checks on Kanan. But this was all of Rock's plan was to get Kanan's ass to move back home. Since that social worker has to come and check to see how he's living for the next 6 months, they have to monitor everything he's doing for the next 6 months, or he's going to end up in juvie with a gun charge on him that his mama planted on him. Why this ain't clicking in Kanan's head that his mama planted this gun on him, that now he got to live back with her. So now he's back at home. So just like Paul suspected, Kanan ain't going to be around. He still got to work and have work for his people and have a business running for his people when Kanan ain't there. And Kanan was like, I'm going to always be around. Evidently you not. And then on top of that, we still got the feds following Rock everywhere she go. She was went up into Kanan and them building, and they up there snapping that way. Okay. Now what's funny to me is that when she at home, Ronnie was able to find Rock's new home, but the feds ain't found Rock's new home. She at home with Howard. Howard has come by there to warn her about what's going on with the feds and what's going on with Kanan, and to let her know, don't call me no more. This is the last time you can call me. Because the block is getting hot. If he is caught with her at any point in time and the feds get him on Kodak camera, you know what I'm saying? They gonna know something up. They gonna start tying all the pieces together. And when they ask him about his shooting, and we already know that they combing through Burke's paperwork and what Burke thought would happen with that shooting, it's gonna start tying everything together, and it's gonna bring Raquel Thomas' name in, and they gonna find out from the DNA test that he is Kanan's daddy and he been protecting him this whole doggone time, and most likely he's possibly involved in this situation. There was one thing that I failed to mention about when Kenya died, Juke's mama. Burke was always talking about the 16-year-old informant, and that's how she can relate Rock with Rock with Howard, I do not think Rock was the informant. I think Rock was fucking with Howard. Yes, we already know that because of Kanan. But I thought Kenya was the informant. And the reason why Kenya actually left town so abruptly in the way that she did. They made it seem like she was chasing after her music dreams and chasing after this man or what have you. And she just left Juke behind. I believe that Kenya was the actual informant for Howard. That's my belief. Okay, so I feel like I'm missing something. We got Jukebox with career. She about to pop off with the Butter Crew. You know, she gonna get her together as far as like they gonna have him in the studio within a couple weeks. And my phone is dying. Is my battery almost dead? Oh, child, I gotta put my battery on charge because it just went dark on me. But yeah, so we got Jukebox, we got Lou, we got Marvin. Like I said, I think Marvin's gonna help Jukebox get on the stage at Lou's place. I think she's gonna help him do that, and I think that Gerald is gonna cover it in some kind of way to help the group blow up, at least initially. Kanan Ass is now back home with Rock. He still don't know about the gun plant. Fame probably gonna let it out at some point in time, but Paul is definitely gonna have a problem. I think that's everybody, child. Pops and Snaps and Ronnie. Well, I said Ronnie was gonna hold on. All right, y'all, my camera was really about to die. I had to hook my phone up. I got my doggone battery tip pack in my hand, and this mug is heavy. Okay, so Ronnie's at the crib chilling, and Unique comes in and asks him, why the fuck did he go talk to Dean? He told his ass to be patient, what have you. And Dean is like, Ronnie's like, I need to fucking work. So he's pissed off that, you know, he went behind his back and he trying to make moves without him. And he basically tell Ronnie, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Ronnie takes stuff to heart. I told you he's an emotional being. This motherfucker just told me, fuck you. First of all, he already gonna kill Dean. He already gonna kill Efren. Who else ran into up on him and it just kind of shut him down? He didn't really say much to Snaps and Pops, because they did help him out. Joaquin may have a problem, but Juliana is gonna get in there, and Juliana is gonna use Ronnie to help solve the Unique problem, especially now since Unique told his own brother fuck you. But like I said, Ronnie was already saying fuck you when he told Juliana, you got a problem with my brother, then I can find a solution for that. You know what I'm saying? He was already telling Unique fuck you. Okay, first of all, I need Ronnie to be on the show a little bit longer because I need him to cause total fucking chaos. So we don't need this to go down that quick, okay? We didn't need this division that quick. But later on in the episode, Dean is at the crib with the grandma. I say, here we go. Here we go. Baby, Ronnie crept out that motherfucker basement. I swear every scene with Ronnie is just like in a motherfucking horror film, child. When y'all seen all them memes where they had Ronnie just like popping up in places, just standing there looking. They had him in the choir when Juke was singing. They got Ronnie everywhere. Now they got this motherfucker coming up out the basement, child. Dean is in there, just got back from the store, finna change his grandmama hearing aid battery, so she ain't got the hearing aid in, which means she got to turn the TV up a little bit louder so she can't hear shit. This motherfucker creep up in the kitchen, get up behind Dean, just stabbed him all in the side, slit his motherfucking throat, baby. Oh, I forgot exactly what Ronnie said to him, but he should have said to him, who I can't put my hands on? Who? He took Dean out. I was surprised to see first. I'm leaning this way because I'm holding this battery. I'm telling you, this battery is heavy. I was on 2% on my damn camera. He took Dean the fuck out in the worst way. Now, there was a shot of blood dripping onto Ronnie's shoe. Now, Ronnie had on gloves this time, because remember I talked about the fingerprints. I'm telling you, 50 Cent them be listening to my goddamn reviews. I mentioned that last time about these motherfuckers going to hurt his leaving fingerprints everywhere. Ronnie had on gloves this time, but there was blood splatter on the shoe that is possibly going to go overlooked. There was blood, should have been blood all over that doggone brown coat. Y'all remember those coats? I remember every dude in the Lou had those coats with the blue up here. Some of them had hoods on it with the fur around the hood. I remember those. I had an all black one with the fur around the hood. I'm just saying. I remember those coats, right? He got blood in those damn coat now, but he got a blood spat on that white shoe that I'm quite sure is going to be overlooked. Ronnie might end up back in jail. I need Ronnie to cause more chaos, child. I need him to cause more chaos before he go any fucking where. I want him to go over and take over that fucking restaurant from Unique. That's what I want him to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to kill his brother or hurt his brother. You know, I don't want them to be fighting each other like that. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. It's going to be another Kanan and his son Sean type of situation. Kanan and Juke situation. I still don't understand, too, the relationship between Jukebox and Kanan. In the original Power, they made it seem like they were so close. I know they grew up together and they had to do everything together, but they don't do shit together, for real. Kanan still got his own set of friends. Juke got her own set of friends. They very rarely hang together. How did their bond get to be so strong? Or maybe it wasn't that strong, which is why he was able to kill her in the original series. We don't know. But we know that Ronnie is killing motherfuckers right here. Maybe Ronnie gonna take out Unique. Maybe Unique gonna take out Ronnie. Unique can't go nowhere yet either, baby. Not his old sexy self. He can't go nowhere yet either. Boy, whoever is the stylist on this show, I'm telling you, y'all motherfuckers are doing a damn thing. Even the doggone group manager, she came out with that peplum shirt on with the long shit in the front. Baby, whoever is styling the people on this show, y'all doing it. Y'all doing the damn thing. Y'all doing the damn thing. Well, Dean is dead now, child. Ephraim got to be next. Ephraim got to be next, baby. I didn't laugh like Ephraim in the beginning. Somebody need to take his ass out. Well, that's it, y'all. That is the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. This is the recap and review of Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 4, Sheep in Wolf's Clothing. And I think it's titled that because people look at Ronnie and they think that he ain't as dangerous as he is. You saw Pops kept calling him Urkel. Yeah, okay. He got Urkel for your ass. He tore Dean ass up. Dean died worse on this episode than he did on The Walking Dead, child. He got ate by some damn zombies on there. Oh, like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.